up at Halifax Market. I meant to film earlier, but I forgot. I wanted to finish my 2 big items, so I ended up finishing the cow and the squid, so that was super cool. Today has not been a great day. It is 12:30. I have the market's open till 2, and I've only sold 14 things, and they've all been $20 and under, so it's not been that good of a day. It is hot, it's got a breeze, and I'm in the shade, so it hasn't been like miserable. Just a little disappointing that I haven't done better. I just went and got this lemonade because it's hot from one of the under vendors. It is so good. It is blue raspberry. It is one of the best things I've ever had. Like, it tastes so good. I'm sure it's loaded with sugar. I know it is because I watched them do it. Or I saw the cup before they mixed it, but it is so good. Sorry, I'm like paranoid. I don't like people watching me. But maybe just think I'm talking to somebody on the phone, not videoing. But anyhow, I showed a clip of what my booth looks like. So I don't know, we'll see how the rest of the hour and a half goes. It's been pretty steady, and I've gotten a lot of people come up, but not everybody's been buying. So it is what it is, but I'm just bummed because it's probably my last one I'll do for a while. But I'm thinking of getting my website finally up this summer because I'm gonna accumulate all these plushies and have nowhere to put them. So I think that's what I'll probably work on this summer if I'm not doing any markets, unless I can score an indoor market. But for now, that is the plan. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube. So today's video is going to be a results from my market. My market was on May 25th. I have absolutely slacked about posting either video. I had it recorded, but I had to edit and piece it all together of my previous video of what I brought to the market. And honestly, I didn't have a great market, so it kind of made me not care to film it, but I want to be transparent about all my markets, so here we are. But before I go over how I did at my market, I just wanted to do a little shameless plug on my new pattern. It may be out by this time this video is out. Today is Wednesday the 19th, and I'm sending my pattern to my testers tonight, and I have it all ready to go. I may add some YouTube clips to it, so I may do that throughout the week, but I am geared to release it on the 26th. So depending on when I end up releasing this video, this pattern may or may not be available. But anyhow, here it is. It's a flower pillow. Very similar vibes as my potted flower pattern. That's kind of how I got the idea. I was like, I wonder if I can make this into a pillow. So this was my first one, and the only thing I ended up changing is I made the center, which is, you can't even really tell. You can tell when I have it like this, rounded a little bit, so there's an extra round in there. It's really hard for me to hold them both up here. Yeah, so it is completely no-sew. My husband keeps telling me I should do the back a different color, which I may because I have some really pretty yarn, but I don't think it's enough to do all of this. This is Sweet Snuggles or Chanel Home Slim, and it takes just about a whole skein. Like, you're left with not really enough to do anything with. So yeah, just one skein and then a small amount for the center, which I still need to weigh so people will know, because I've been saying it's one jumbo skein. I have not made it in a smaller yarn, but I think it's the perfect size. I mean, here's my head for a throw pillow out of the jumbo yarn. And I used a 9mm hook. You can use a 10 if you're comfortable with that. I just didn't want any holes, and I don't work with jumbo yarn that much, so I wasn't really sure. So I went with a 9. So I think it's super cute. I wish I had a cute area in my office to display this, but I got this ugly gamer chair that's not really aesthetic, so I don't really have any cute like stock photos of these. Maybe one of my testers will have some cute little area in their you know, in their house to be able to take it. I wish I had a daughter with a really cute floral room and I would do one to match, but I am a mom of a boy and another boy coming along, so I don't get to do cute floral stuff. So I made one for myself. But anyhow, it is really soft and functional, so my son loves them. I've had these two out on the couch and he's been playing with them. But anyhow, so my market, I sold only 19 things. And I was just looking back my last market of the year, which I don't even have how much or what the date was. I think it was March. I sold 30 items, and then my previous markets last year at this, it's like I usually sell 40 to 50 items, it seems. And then those really good ones, I sold about 60 items. So, I mean, you can sell 19 items and do really well. It just depends on the price, and most of my stuff is lower priced. So the first thing I sold was my interactive ice cream cone, and I was super happy with that. So I actually sold it to them, like I made them want to buy it, right? And they had came up to my booth and were talking about getting a present for their grandchild. And I was like, oh, how old are they? And they said they were turning 2. And I was like, oh my gosh, my son just turned 2 and I made him one of these and he absolutely loves it. It's an interactive ice cream cone. They can take the flavors on and off and he's loved it. And they were like, all right, you sold me. Boom, I'll take it. So I ended up selling that for $20. And then after that, I sold the squid keychain. And I actually ended up taking the keychain off because they wanted to hang it on their mirror. So I actually crocheted around and made it into like a mirror hanger, kind of like my chicken pattern or the other mirror hangers. So I ended up doing that. And so I actually probably saved a little bit because I didn't have to sell the keychain. And after that, I sold the teacup kitty, the kitty that pops out of the teacup. I sold that for 18. Oh, the squid keychain I sold for 10. My normal mirror hangers sell for 15, but it was marketed as a keychain. They just had requested, and so they just stuck around while I crocheted across it. And I didn't have that color yarn, and so I just let them pick what color I had with me, and they were happy with that. I think they went with yellow, so it was blue and yellow. After that, I sold a mini octo, and then I sold a fidget pop for 15. Oh, the mini octos I sell for 5. And then I sold a mini turtle for 12. And then I sold one of my little mini dogs for $12. And I want to make some of those with some color changes and make some fun little dogs with different breeds versus all one color. I think that'll make it more appealing. I made one with fur yarn and it sold like that, so I think that'll help. Then I sold a little bee for $10. And I want to say that was the yellow and black one. I don't know what it is. People don't want to buy my other colored bees, so I may have those for a while. And then I sold a little no-sew shark for $10. And then I sold my chicken in a swing for 15. And that person was like walking by and they like walked past my booth and then like stopped and came back and was like, I have to have this. So that was really cool. And when it's your own pattern, it like catches somebody's eye, because I had all my mirror hanger plushies like on in a row. You'll probably see a video, or I'll post some pictures that I took from the market of how I had them displayed, and that actually like stopped a lot of people. So they all looked at them, and it made them, I didn't have too much on there, so they were able to actually look at the items without it being like too much in one spot. And then after that, I sold a baby leggy frog, and then that was $8. And then I sold an axolotl for 15. And I had like 3 different sizes of axolotls. So that was the smallest one. And then I use the same pattern. I just sell, that one was at a Parfait Chunky, so I sell it for 15. And then I sold the chicken with a frog hat, and oh, not that one. I sold that for 10. And then I sold another mini octo for $5. And then a mini whale for $10. And then I sold a purple bee, and that was from another vendor. That was from the people who sold lemonade. And oh my God, that was the best lemonade I ever had. I tried to find their social media to be able to see when they go back, but I couldn't find it. So I'm going to have to just check when they release the markets, like where they're placed at and see if their name's on there, because I gotta go back and get some. It was like blue raspberry lemonade or something. It was so good. And then I sold a frog, so the chickens with the frog hats. Some girl really liked it, but then she also liked a mirror hanger. So I was like, you know what, if you have some time, I can make a little swing for it. I said, but it'll be $15 versus $10. And I can, you know, attach it to a swing and you can hang in your car. And she was up for that. So I think my next time I will do at least one of those with the frog hat on the little chick and make it where I can attach it a little easier. I had a little bit of a hard time because of how it was made, and it wasn't made to go on a swing. So I think I'll be able to adapt it pretty well. But I just sewed it in two places because it's a little bit heavier than the typical pattern. And then I sold the mallard on the swing for $35. And then the last thing I sold was my rainbow cow, the little pastel rainbow cow. And I ended up pricing that at $35. And that was funny because a family came up. It was like a mom and a dad with, or I guess a grandma and grandpa. I don't know if they had any grandchildren or not, but their kids were older, like my age. And they were like, somebody needs this cow. They were like, we don't even have a baby to buy for, but we need this cow, and whoever has one is going to get this cow. Because it just says, you know, that way we'll have it on hand. And it was actually the husband that convinced everybody that they need it. So it was really funny because they weren't even buying it for anybody in particular because no one was pregnant or they had no little babies coming along. So it was just cute to see that he just loved it that much that, you know, he had to have it and wanted to save it. So I ended up selling $250 worth. So it wasn't a complete bust, but I normally do $400 to $500. So that was kind of a bummer, especially because I had a lot more stock. And nothing really large sold except the rainbow cow. And that was the last item I sold. My booth fee was $33. So I ended up netting about $217 minus my lemonade and our breakfast. And we probably went to eat afterwards. So probably like $150 after all that. And it was pretty hot. I was able to be in the shade most of the time, but this pregnancy, every time I'm out in the heat for an extended period of time, when I get really red, I end up with a heat rash for like 24 to 48 hours. So that wasn't fun. So that kind of assured me that I do not need to be doing any outdoor markets this summer because I will be all rashed up and itchy because I like claw my face off. It's awful. And I was in the shade, so I know I wasn't like sunburnt. So yeah. That's how that market went. I will hopefully be having some vlogs, and I'm trying to come up with some smaller little patterns to do some tutorials for. And I have some ideas. I just need to actually get in here and film them, but it's hard with my toddler. So I just need to suck it up one night and film. I have quite a few lights so I can film at night. After he goes to bed, I'm pretty pooped and just want to sit my butt on the couch. So I just need to suck it up and record some tutorials for you guys so I can get this YouTube ball rolling again. I just kind of feel stuck and not super motivated, especially when I don't have markets. I feel like that's kind of what this channel has been, and now I don't have that. So I just need to do maybe some vlogs throughout the week and stuff when I have a pretty active week. But I did have a very active week with a personal project that I will go ahead and share here. Some of you probably saw it on my YouTube. I am super happy with how it came out, and it fits. I can wear it now. I haven't worn it out for any like particular amount of time. It is made out of acrylic, so I don't know how hot it is. But I love it. The designer has a pattern for the shorts. Let me grab the book. I'm like out of breath. I've not talked this much in a while. But anyhow, here's the book. It's probably backwards. I'll have it linked in the description. It is like $15, so not bad at all. And she has 15 patterns on here, so basically $1 a piece. The pattern for just the overalls here are on her Etsy, but it's like $8. So you might as well buy the book if you're going to do multiple of her patterns. So she has that. So I'll show you a few others from the book. Let's see. Here's a skirt. So a lot of it's out of that same granny. Here's the overalls. She calls them floweralls. It's made out of the Sunburst Granny Square. And she tells you like how, like everything you need to know, like what size and what gauge it should be. I had to adjust my hook, I believe a little bigger to get the appropriate size to go based on like the sizing of the book. So here's the shorts. So you basically make the shorts within the overall pattern and then you sew on the chest bib and the straps and do all the ribbing and stuff, or the whatever, what's the outside called? I'm blanking. I don't know, but the outside of the border. There we go. Here's some other patterns in there. Sweaters. This dress is super cute. Let's see. We saw that one already. Did you? Yeah. A little Letterman sweater. Oh, she has some really cool. I have no idea where I'd wear them. Oh, where are they? They're pants made out of that Sunburst Granny. Ooh, is this it? I think it's right here. Yes, look how groovy that is. Like, I love it. I have no idea where I'd wear it. And that's a lot of time, but super fun. But yeah, definitely I recommend. This is my first ever like wearable that I've made that actually fits me. I've made a sweater one other time. I don't know if I've ever showed it. It fits my husband, who is 6 feet tall, like 200 pounds, and I'm 5 feet tall. Like, it was way too big. I saved it because it was a lot of work, but I don't know what to do with it because it's so big. And I live in Florida now, so I ain't got no business wearing it. Maybe if I was pregnant in the winter somewhere, I don't know. But anyhow, I made it. It fits. I'm hoping it fits post-pregnancy. You do have a waistband, so I'll be able to, you know, pull it in once my little baby belly goes away. But I plan on making some shorts, and I'm just debating on whether I need to size down or not. I do know like my measurements pre-pregnancy, so I kind of based it off of that. And I think just with the yarn being a little bit stretchy, that's why it's still able to fit. And where this tie is kind of like above where my bump is, because my bump is not that large yet. So I think that's how that kind of worked in my favor. So I'm hoping they still fit post-pregnancy. I guess we'll find out come November, December, if it's warm enough to wear them, which it probably will be because we're in Florida. But anyways, I highly recommend that. It is kind of a big project, but you can kind of take it in spurts, do all the squares, and like even if you change all colors. Mine was probably a little bit quicker because I used one yarn for, you know, the first 3 rounds. Yeah, the first 3 rounds of the Sunburst Granny. So that definitely helped in my timeliness, and I was able to just knock out all that. And then I went with white on the border and I did all that. So I did it in like steps. But you could definitely do, like if you're doing these colors, you know, do all the yellow pieces you need, and then do all the blue, and then all the green, and then whatnot. I think it probably took me like 10 to 12 hours because someone was asking if I would sell them, and I'm like, I don't know, man, because it would cost a lot, and someone willing to pay that much is rare. But I'm not gonna like sell myself short. So, you know, if someone ever asks when I'm out wearing them, I'll be like, yeah, $250. I don't know. I'd have to do the math on the materials. It is acrylic yarn, so it wasn't too expensive. But, you know, I feel like it's hard selling wearables and getting your time worth, because all that stuff takes a long time, especially stuff out of granny squares. Like, those just take a while, and there's a lot of ends to weave in. But I do think I would be faster the second time because I know what I'm doing and I know how to weave it in. And with mine, all the squares were different colors, so I was trying not to get all the colors like aligned together. Like, I was trying to like space them out. I'll post another picture here. I don't know if I have a back. I ended up messing up, and the back of my overalls all have like a row of blue. Now it all varies slightly, but I had to just be like, whatever, don't let it bother you. It's on my butt. I won't see it. So it's not gonna bother me as much versus if it was on my front. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Please check out my pattern if you're interested. I will do like a 20% off code if you watch my YouTube. We will use, what code should we use? maybe let's do YouTube 20 for a 20% discount on this pattern if you're interested. I will do that for you guys for watching my videos. And definitely, if you want a fun project, check this out. It's summer, it's hot. It's the time to be wearing them cute overalls. And I got tons of compliments on it when I shared it in a couple of social media groups. So I cannot wait to wear it out into the wild and show it off. It's super fun, super bright. I did use retro stripes from Red Heart, so I'm hoping it washes well. I haven't washed it yet, so I think it'll soften up a little bit, but it didn't feel too bad. And I wear clothes under it because the granny squares have some significant holes in it. So I just wore like a light gray biker short under it. So anyhow, I'm done rambling. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video, which is hopefully will be a tutorial because it's long overdue. Bye.